And welcome back to the vlog. Today's video, it's a little bit less of a vlog and more of just a gear review on this thing that I'm wearing right here. And this is Sitka's new sleeping bag. It's probably the coolest thing they've come out with in many years, in my opinion. And I'm really excited to share this one with you. So let's dive in. So first thing you'll notice is that I'm standing up wearing my sleeping bag and my arms are exposed. This sleeping bag is not just for sleeping anymore. It is now part of your layering system. So when the weather's really cold and you want to go glass, you can wear your sleeping bag. If you're riding in on a snowmobile into a spot, you can wear your sleeping bag. If you want to get up in the middle of the night to go pee, all you got to do is have this set up to where I have it right now, and you can attach a little carabiner down here. It comes with a little metal latch that you basically would just attach to right here. And now the sleeping bag is up and out of the snow and you can go pee. So I've been testing this sleeping bag out for about 2 years now. The first prototype I got was 2 years ago in February, and myself, my buddy Connor Gabbett, took it up to Canada, British Columbia, Canada, on a late season winter mountain goat hunt. And we were spent 10 days above tree line. We were thriving, and it was mainly because we could wear our sleeping bag every single day. You know, we couldn't wear enough clothes as it was, but because we were able to basically wear our sleeping bag, we're sitting there on the mountain glassing. We even built a snow blind at one point, and we sat there and waited for these goats to come out. So from like a system thinking standpoint, now your sleeping bag is part of your system. It's not just for sleeping in, like, mind blowing. As you can see, this thing has got armholes. They're zippered, so obviously I can zip them up from the inside. If it's really cold, obviously I'll do this. If it's not cold at night, I prefer to keep my arms out. I don't feel so claustrophobic either. A lot of times mummy sleeping bags, you end up feeling really claustrophobic. And if you're in bear country, you just kind of feel like you're a burrito waiting to get eaten by a bear. So having your arms free is really nice. It's also a great way to vent out in case things get really hot. Every single morning when you get out of your tent, you gotta go make coffee. You know, now instead of getting out of your sleeping bag, you get to wear it. And then from there, if you want to go glass, like, you don't have to get out of your sleeping bag and be cold. You can just keep wearing your sleeping bag. It's kind of mind-blowing. So the insulation in this bag is a synthetic fill. It's not down, so it's not quite as light as down, but it performs flawlessly in wet weather. This thing will never wet out, meaning it will never go flat. If down gets wet, it'll just go flat as a pancake. Even treated down after 2 or 3 days of really wet weather, it's gonna go flat and you're gonna lose all your insulation properties. With synthetic, you will never experience that. So John Barklow, product designer at Sitka, he first explained to me that the insulation in here is basically like a plasma. It's this new thing nobody's ever used before, but imagine Primaloft and then imagine like this kind of sticky, gluey substance, plasma, all mixed together. It does help it significantly in its ability to retain heat as well as combat moisture. So the probably most important one takeaway from this new product is that it's no longer just a sleeping bag, it's now a sleeping bag that's also part of your layering system. So for me, there's been multiple hunts where either it's so stinking cold and I bring every layer I have, and then I also wear my sleeping bag throughout the day. There's also been hunts that haven't been as cold, but I gotta bring a sleeping bag to sleep in at night, and so I end up leaving one of my puffy jackets at home, which ends up being a big weight savings. Super excited on this thing. I'm shooting this in February of 2021. I think the launch date is June, so there's probably a lot more details gonna come out on this, but I've been using this guy for the last 2 years, absolutely love it. For me and what I do, it is by far the coolest thing Sitka's come out with in a long time, so super excited about that. Go get you one.
We're going to start with a couple jumping jacks just to warm it up. And up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we're going to lean to the right. And right. Oh, and back to the left. Oh, and then down to the toes. Oh, feel the stretch, boys. Feel the stretch. And that's all I know.